conversation and networking here this evening and the wonderful meal, we want to once again thank Bill Eastu and Lynn Robbins of the Renaissance and their team for providing us such great service this evening. So thank you very much. They stepped out, but I do want to just acknowledge them one more time. The Southwest Singers who performed for us this evening, I do want to say thank you one more time and give them a round of applause. So, the moment you've all been waiting for. Last year I had the distinct honor to introduce our mayor, and once again this year have that great honor to introduce Glendale Mayor Jerry Weiers. Mayor Weiers is a husband, grandfather, and a devoted public servant. He has spent his adult life owning and operating successful businesses, volunteering with nonprofit organizations, and servicing the community through many acts of public service. He and his lovely wife, Sandy, have been married for 33 years and lived in Arizona since 1966. 33 is a great number. Together they have one beautiful daughter and one grandson. Probably getting a little ornery now. He was with us last year, so I know we didn't have him with us this year. Something about the mayor that many of you may know, the mayor battled cancer as a young man. And Mayor Weiers, they gave him a unique outlook on life that is focused on service, creative problem solving, and enjoying life to the fullest. I can tell you over the last year, getting to work and know the mayor, he likes to have fun, so he definitely lives to the fullest in that way. So he shows up at a ribbon cutting on his motorcycle and does some other fun things for us, keeps us on our toes. It's with these values that he sought to help his community by serving us as Mayor of Glendale. Mayor Weiers has been very active in his last 2 years as mayor. Hopefully you saw during dinner many of the slides that came through showing all the things that he's done. He has worked very hard to attract new businesses to our city and help grow those that are already here. Mayor Weiers has played a key role in the city obtaining more than $1 million in grants for public safety and nonprofit groups. These successes, combined with the F-35 mission at Luke Air Force Base, will be critical as the rest of the council continue to work with the mayor to improve our great city. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mayor Jerry Weiers.
Yeah. Oh, you don't say. Really? No. You don't say. No. Harry, you don't say. No, it can't be. You don't say. Harry. Don't say. Harry. Why? I can't believe that. You don't say. Harry. Oh. Harry. Oh, hey, I gotta get going. All right, we're starting. Oh. Who was that? He didn't say. No.
Thanks, Harry. Well, good evening. I'd like to welcome and thank all of you who have taken the time to be here tonight. It is a pleasure to see you here at the beautiful Renaissance Glendale Hotel Spa. And I thank the Glendale Chamber of Commerce, their board of directors, and its president, Robert Height. Since they've allowed me to make my annual State of the Speech address at this event, as I begin, I would like to recognize some important folks in attendance. I'm putting my priorities in order. First, my bride, Sandy, my wife of 33 years. Sandy, next, I would like to recognize our city council members who have joined us tonight. And I was going to announce their names, but I don't need to because Robert did that for me earlier. But thank all of you for being here tonight. Thank you. Representing General Scott Toyce and Luke Air Force Base is Colonel Jeremy Sloan. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Patty White is with us tonight. She is the president and CEO of Dignity Health and a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Dignity chose Glendale for the location of its new Westgate Medical Center. Patty, welcome. Also with us is Don Carden. Don's the CEO of Carden Development Group. His team is heading up the Aspirit Joy Project in North Glendale. He is not joined, unfortunately, with us tonight. Steve Backman, who is the president, or is the president of Carden Development Group, wasn't able to make it tonight. So, Don, welcome. I take great pride in this next gentleman, Taylor Field. Taylor, stand up for me if you would. Taylor Field joins us as president of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Commission, also known as MIAC. Taylor, welcome. A good friend of mine and someone that keeps me out of trouble frequently, Pastor Walt Kellishead from the Community Church of Joy, joins us along with his wife, Mary. Welcome. I'm also very pleased to introduce tonight Mr. Dick Bowers, who has come on board as our acting city manager. Dick, welcome. I've got another person whom I'd like to give special mention. In September of this past year, several families living in southwest Glendale were hit with an unprecedented flooding. Mel Straw, owner of Straw Custom Homes, took immediate action to come to the aid of his neighbors. In an email written to Councilmember Blvd on September 14th, Glendale Fire Captain Mark Mann described Mel's activities like this. He obtained water pumps the morning of the flooding, and he used his crews to start the process of pumping water from the basin. He did this out of his own pocket. Yesterday, he went to Home Depot and rented floor and carpet bins for the homeowners so they could start the drying process. And today he showed up with one of his construction crews to start cutting drywall from the houses affected. Because there were no rental fans available, he went back then to Home Depot and purchased 6 additional fans at a cost of over $900 to himself. When one of the homeowners asked what they owed him so far, he replied, "There's no charge." When we asked him for further comment about Mel's activities, Captain Mann added, in addition, he also assisted with help move 2 large homes and put their belongings into storage units. He did this with his truck and trailer and provided a large portion of labor both through workers, family, and friends. For weeks, he did what he could for them. At lunch, you guessed it, he would either order pizzas or have subs delivered to keep volunteers fed. And then when threatening weather was again coming in, and the city was short on sandbags, he called a local gravel company and had 25 tons of sand delivered, and then went and purchased bags to fill, all with his own money. He then organized a group of neighbors to fill and distribute the bags to the neighbor doorways to prevent additional flooding. Every time I turned around, he was paying for something or donating labor to the cause. Mel, would you please come up here? Join me. Mel, what I've got for you is, can you hear me okay? What I've got for Mel tonight, and quite honestly, his bride probably should be here, but is a plaque that says Mayor's Citizen of the Year, 2015, presented to Mel Straw in recognition of your dedication and service to our community. Okay, and hold on, I got one more thing for you. And then also, most of you that know me know that I like challenge coins. I love what the military has done with the challenge coins. And the military took the idea that when somebody does something outstanding, something over and above the call of duty, the military, rather than give them promotions or raises or just a pat on the back, they call them up in front of the troops and they give them a special award. This is a challenge coin that literally is the city of Glendale, and it's the key to the city of the coin. So, well, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. When I think about what Mel did, this is the conclusion that I've come to. Mel is probably all embarrassed that we're singling him out like he's exceptional. But the point is that we want to create the kind of environment where fellowship like this can be the norm. It is because he has a sense of belonging and pride in the community that he wanted to help out. And it's because he's a successful businessman that he was able to help out. I just want to thank Mel for being one of the first to help show us the way. Thanks again, Mel. The people that I've chosen to recognize this year are important to me because they represent our sense of community and our potential for growth. After a little while, I'll show you a video so you can understand the significance of what these people represent. As all of you should be aware, Glendale has had some serious economic challenges to overcome. It is worth realizing the challenges of this nature cannot be solved in the halls of government alone. Both the purpose and the means of having a more vibrant economy is to build a more vibrant community. The people I've recognized here tonight are part of that growth toward a more vibrant community. And I represent many others in the community who care and who help move Glendale ahead. Because nearly half of Glendale's general fund revenues come from sales tax, our city government must do its part to take care of the local economy. In doing so, we'll ensure that we provide our taxpayers the services they deserve. What you must realize is the reason there is a winning approach for this. A vibrant economy does more than put needed dollars in the revenue stream of government. It puts opportunity within the reach of citizens of the community to which that economy belongs. The economic growth and opportunity for that community that comes with it is within Glendale's reach. I want you to see the sense of opportunity as I show you this video of the highlights of business projects occurring within our city limits. So in order to do that, please direct your attention to one of the two screens. This past fall at 99th Avenue and Bethany Home Road, American Furniture Warehouse opened their 600,000 square foot store. Tanger Outlets will soon complete the addition of 85,000 square feet of new retail space. St. Joseph's Westgate Medical Center opened in May of 2014. Due to higher than anticipated demand, plans have already been submitted for an additional 62,000 square feet of medical office building. Westbury Joy Development broke ground last February. This development will create 1,600 temporary construction jobs, and upon completion, it will create 1,700 permanent jobs for our community. Midwestern University opened Arizona's first veterinary school this past fall. In addition, Midwestern University has been very busy planning and now has added an additional 1 million plus square feet of office, classroom, parking, and residential units to their ever-expanding campus. Progressive Leasing, a new company in Glendale, announced in late 2014 they were locating in 53,000 square feet of office space in Tulavi Corporate Center. And they'll employ as many as 500 folks by the end of the year, having already hired 125 so far this year. Ironwood Cancer and Research Center, also located in Tulavi, is Ironwood's first facility in the West Valley. This state-of-the-art cancer and research center provides both radiation and chemotherapy treatments and an array of other personal services in their 25,000 square foot building. Zandero Falls was purchased in 2014 by Select Healthcare Solutions. The new owner of the previously vacant property is planning a medical campus to include Palo Verde Oncology Center and several new medical office buildings as well. New West Oil, this valued small business decided to expand from Phoenix and is renovating a nearly 10,000 square foot building on Tom Murray Avenue, bringing jobs and much appreciated new revenue to our city. Canyon State Bus Hills, another company that decided to move from Phoenix to Glendale and is building a new 27,000 square foot headquarters and service center on Claremont Avenue, will also bring added sales tax revenues to the city. At 83rd Avenue and Union Hills, construction will soon begin on Glendale's first that's not enough, Dave and Buster's have announced they will soon begin construction of a 40,000 square foot location near the AMC theaters at Westgate. Isn't that great news? I see these business owners as public servants with a stake in the community, just like myself. They bring us jobs, they bring us tax revenue, and their success is our success. To them I say, welcome to Glendale. To Glendale I say, welcome to the next chapter of our history. I am pleased to begin this together. Of course, we also have to play while we work. Henry Ford said, no towns were so poor as those of England, where the people from the children up worked 15 and 16 hours a day. They were poor because they overworked people soon wore out. They earned less and less, and they could buy less and less. In other words, all work and no play makes for a pretty dull existence. And Ford was smart enough to understand that a dull existence was not a productive one. He was also sharp enough to point out there is a profound difference between leisure and idleness. We are certainly becoming known as a leisure destination. You can see this when I tell you that Glendale Convention and Visitors Bureau responded to more than 10,000 requests for information about the city in the West Valley during this past January. Famed NBC reporter Bob Costas stated before the Super Bowl that Glendale is America's sports capital. How cool is that? While we develop ourselves as a destination for leisure, Glendale certainly has not been idle. In the space of just over a month, we hosted the Fiesta Bowl, the Pro Bowl, and the Super Bowl. And by hosting these events, we did far more than entertain ourselves and others. We challenged ourselves to become a more capable community. An event like the Super Bowl brings us more than dollars. It brings us relationships and sharpens our skills. We can build the value of our community at the same time that we provide the value of leisure to the nation. And this becomes apparent when you consider that our police and firefighters don't just show up when we need to host a big event. In his email praising Mr. Strahl, Fire Captain Matt characterized Glendale's public safety officials like this. It is the men and women of public safety who every day show up knowing in advance that doing their job will not get it done. They must do whatever is required, and that almost always involves doing more than their job. That's what makes us proud, and that's what makes us successful. The Captain. These are the folks who are on the streets every day of the year, protecting our lives and the things we hold dear. Then we decide to challenge ourselves and put on a national caliber event. Our city's finest go through a rigorous process to become prepared. And this means that they are now even better as what they do for us, and therefore that much more valuable to us the rest of the year. You can understand that hosting a major event causes our public safety officials to form a team better equipped to serve their community. When you consider this information, the Super Bowl is the only event that receives National Department of Homeland Security Special Event Assessment rating of #1. And there's only one other type of event that receives a higher rating than that, and that would be a presidential visit. The Super Bowl required that more than 40 different law enforcement and public safety agencies develop the skills to coordinate together cohesively. The city was responsible to provide governmental services to the NFL that included both public safety and inspection services. We also worked hand in hand with the NFL in the transportation planning. There is nothing to challenge and build teamwork among public safety officials like an event of this magnitude can. Hosting these events also trains government to run a tighter ship and causes us to build a deeper awareness of Glendale's business community. The truth of this makes itself known in the following facts and figures. Throughout planning for the big game, staff worked diligently to establish partnerships and negotiate terms for city obligations. This enabled them to save us at least $220,000. In addition, they were able to generate over $60,000 for us in new revenue. City officials had to come together to provide project management, plan review, inspection, and liquor licensing services for all the events and activities that took place in the area. On Super Bowl Sunday, it's estimated that over 100,000 fans and visitors attended festivities in Glendale Sports and Entertainment District. And you can see the proof that Glendale went above and beyond to strengthen its relationship with its local business community. The NFL and the NFL partners in the fact that at the end of the day, we delivered an exceptional event. The demands placed on us when we host a major event are also causing us to develop a more cohesive relationship with the rest of the state, as evidenced in the following. As I mentioned last year, other states that compete with us for these type of events have a model whereby host cities can receive financial assistance for public safety. And the need to generate something similar here in Arizona is causing us to continuously interact more closely with our legislature, with the business community across the state, and with the tourism industry. Last year we put forward a bill that failed to pass by only a few votes on the last day of the legislative session. This year we're able to renew the effort and build our ties to the rest of the state of Arizona. We are encouraged because we have been invited to work with a coalition that includes the tourism industry, businesses, the Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, and others. And this coalition will jointly pursue a larger package of long-term sustainable funding. This may provide encouragement to attract major events and include the ability to provide priority funding for public safety costs incurred by that host city. Under the Council's direction, this session will be working with the broad coalition to tackle this funding issue. We are not only bringing in revenue, we are building the teamwork to effectively utilize revenue and grow harmoniously as a community. It is a challenge as we present to ourselves when we take on an event of national importance that enables us to do this. And as I consider Glendale's future, I ask myself, how many ways can we infuse more well-being into our daily existence? This year we had fun, not only at the national level, we also discovered we can have fun at the level of our hometown grassroots. And we discovered how we can turn that fun into dollars that benefits our friends and our neighbors. Notice the growing strength of our community in the following events. The Mayor's Big Dog Run was a motorcycle ride to help fund the Veterans Spirit of Service Scholarship at Glendale Community College. Glendale has the highest number of veterans in any city in the valley. And this scholarship program is one way of letting the men and women of our armed services know we welcome you home with open arms. Another event that benefited our veteran community was Stand Up for Veterans. We held a teddy bear toss at the local Coyotes game. Visitors to the game donated stuffed animals to first responders that will be used to help children in crisis. I initiated an ice bucket challenge among a group of Arizona mayors. The recipient of the ice bucket challenge agrees to dump a bucket of ice water over their head, or forfeit the challenge by making a charitable donation to ALS research. The hometown Christmas parade celebrated the true reason for the season and benefited Hope for Hunger Food Bank. Now, if you would, look again at the screens to see what fun we actually had. Today we're out at Glendale Community College. It's April 19th, and we've got a large motorcycle event that I'm doing. It's called the Mayor's Big Dog Run. As you can hear behind me, the motorcycle's coming in. The whole event is designed and planned to raise money for a scholarship fund here at Glendale Community College to help our veterans. Anybody that ever served this country, possibly used up their GI benefits, we want to raise money, so if they want to further their education, why wouldn't we do this? Here's the cool part about it for me. I get to ride in this event. We're going to go out to Luke Air Force Base, ride down the runway, and wind through the West Valley. We have a lot of other cities partnered with us that will have their police departments and their fire departments helping out. So nobody has a huge expense in it. Everybody's sharing a little bit, but bottom line, we can do something fun. I get to promote the city, regionalism with all the other West Valley cities, and we'll finish up riding through the down the ramp and inside of the Phoenix University Stadium, do a lap around the inside, and then stop at Westgate and have barbecues.
The idea of the stand-up is to be able to work with the veterans and their families before problems become insurmountable. Mayor Weiers came up with this idea.
Yeah, I'm a Robert Collins Vietnam vet.
Excellent. Thank you for your service.
We have 55 agencies that are here supporting this event.
A lot of veterans are here. A lot of service providers outside of the VA are here. You have jobs here. Everything that a veteran would need is right here. It's almost like a one-stop shop.
All the way down.
When they go out to a home, maybe it's caught fire or an accident, something that's been traumatic towards a child, the police and fire will have an animal, a teddy bear, that they'll be able to give to that child to kind of help settle them down a little bit. You know, it's pretty traumatic when a child's upset, and on top of that, your first responders, most of them have children themselves, so they're trying to deal with that child and their personal feelings at the same time, trying to do their job. So it's a marvelous event, a lot of neat things happening in here, and one more thing that shows Glendale as far as to other cities, you know, we got it together. You know, we're supporting citizens, we're supporting public safety.
As an officer, somebody who will benefit from this event and fellow officers will benefit from this event, I'd like to thank the families and people who showed up today to contribute and donate and provide us with teddy bears to help kids to forget about something terrible that might have happened to them.
Linda Kavanaugh, Mayor of Fountain Hill.
Sharon Wolcott, Mayor Surprise.
Ken Weiss, City of Avondale. Mark Mitchell, Mayor Tempe. Mayor Weiers challenged every mayor across the state to participate in the Ice Bucket Challenge, and we all accepted that challenge. Thank you for Mayor Weiers for taking the lead on it. Everyone here knows that ALS is a terrible, terrible disease, and taking a little ice on our head is the least we could do to help people suffering and families suffering from that terrible disease.
I'm calling out the Speaker of the House, Andy Tobin. That's my challenge.
All right, let's do it.
All right. What a great day to have a parade. And a lot of pumped up people, a lot of excited people. And, you know, the beneficiary of this parade, the money that's raised over actual costs is going to the Hope for Hunger Food Bank, the local food bank. And they're struggling, they're having a tough time. So we want to make sure that as we celebrate the reason for the season, Christmas, at the same time we can help the very people that need the help the most. The Mayor's Big Dog Run raised $6,000 for Veteran Spirit of Service Scholarship. The teddy bear toss stocked our first responder supplies of plush animals. The Ice Bucket Challenge built a great camaraderie amongst myself and my fellow mayors in the name of a good cause. The Hometown Christmas Parade again raised an additional $10,000 for Hope for Hunger Food Bank. I guess we proved that leisure can work for us. Thanks, Mr. Ford. We have not only been able to stabilize Glendale finances, but we've also been able to stabilize the community within the community. And by that I mean the system of people that are responsible for the city's smooth operation. With a stable community under us, we can shine in the eyes of the entire nation. And the skills we develop when we step into the national spotlight are the very skills that help us make ourselves a tighter, stronger community with a greater sense of purpose every day of the year. I want to give everyone thanks to everyone for the helps keep the city running, from our public safety officials to my counterparts in the government at our city council, and everyone in between. Without both stable infrastructure and a vision for the future, we could not achieve triumphs like successfully hosting the Super Bowl. And finally, as I look forward to another year, it is my desire that Glendale continue to see the city's problems solved and become aware of an increasing opportunity available to all of our citizens. I'm proud to live in Glendale. I'm proud to work together with all of you. And I'm so proud and privileged to be your mayor of this wonderful community. Thank you, and God bless. Before I turn the time back over to Robert, we're going to have a little bit of fun in another example of how our community business leaders step up. Renaissance has donated some special one-of-a-kind chocolates, and the funds raised tonight will go towards the Mayor's Youth Advisory Commission, or MIAC, which is all of these young folks to my left. There's only 50 boxes of chocolate, which, don't laugh and you will, Mr. Shreda calls them the Mayor's Road Apples. These treats are fantastic. He does not make them in his factory. He makes them specifically for this only. I can guarantee you that you will love them. 20 bucks a box. There's 9 pieces per box. They will go very fast, so please raise your hand when one of the MIAC students will deliver your chocolates. Our MIAC students, before you guys take off, hold on a minute. Before you take off, our MIAC students represent some of Glendale's best and brightest teens. In MIAC, they get involved in city government and provide hundreds of hours of community service. They've painted homes. They've helped former military service members that stand up for veterans. They've assisted the new council installation. They've helped with hometown Christmas parade, planted trees and picked fruit at Saguaro Ranch Park, and participated in many other service projects that help Glendale residents. They also raise funds for the annual Angel Tree Project to help provide gifts to families in need. Now they raise funds, most of their funds they raise are during the chocolate affair. However, as many of you may recall, the weather restricted their fundraising at the chocolate affair down to just one day this year. So please consider helping MIAC by purchasing some of the wonderful custom chocolates. I'd like to thank all of you again for your support of the Glendale's Mayor and Youth Advisory Council. We have got a special guest that was supposed to be here, and I haven't seen him. He was supposed to come out and actually help the MIAC kids. I don't know where he's at, but okay. Well, he's around there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Howard. Very good. You can help him? I understood all of it. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you hold your hands up real high, $20 bill, the kids are going to come through. Howler's going to help sell the candy. So go out there and work it, Howler. Watch your step. Okay, we've only got 50 boxes, so you don't want to be the one person that don't have a box. There you go. Hold your hands up real high. Okay, I've got several people over here, students. How many boxes we got left? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, who wants them? Okay, you don't have to limit yourself to $20 either. Okay, I've got some more folks over here. If you got any boxes left, bring them over. You got any boxes left over here? Over here, Howler. Over here. Over here. One man here, a man there, man there. Do we have any more chocolates? Right over here. more chocolates over there? Are you sold out? Sold out. Okay, thank you folks very much. Thank you so much for helping the Hayek group. Thank you, my friend. Hold on again.
Mr. Mayor, we want to thank you very, very much for allowing us to host your annual State of the City. Looks like he's got a few dollars up here for the MIAC students to get from the mayor. He's got a few bucks up here. But again, we want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for allowing the Chamber to host your, there's so many in this room that are long-time Glendale community members, and I'm still relatively new and a newcomer. And, each and every day that I'm here, I'm humbled a little bit more by the community that we have. Glendale is the anchor city here in the West Valley, and there certainly is a heart. And one thing was evident by the mayor's presentation this evening. He certainly has a heart of gold, and I will tell you, every time I'm out there with him representing the community, he's representing the city, and all of us, each time someone comes up to him and asks a question and says, hey, do you know, or how do I, never, ever have I ever seen him hesitate. He always, always, always stops. Give me a second here, let me think. Robert, Thomas, Thomas, poor Thomas. But I'll tell you, he always has an ear to lend, and it's evident in those with his charitable giving and his giving back here in Glendale with all the events he does for Glendale. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, one more time. At this time, I have a distinct honor to introduce our 2014 Chairman of the Board, Dave Mitchell of Ideal Insurance. Dave, many of you may know or not know, he actually led the search committee for why I'm here. So I owe a lot to this gentleman for helping to have me here. So please help me welcome Dave Mitchell, the 2014 Chairman of the Board.
Thank you, Mayor. I've been coming to these for a long period of time, but I believe this was the very best I've ever seen. We do appreciate it. Once again, thank you to the Sounds of the Southwest Singers, under the direction of Matt Geller, and the ASU Jazz Band, who played prior to our meeting tonight, and they've just added so much. In 2004, I was honored to be the chair of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce, then again to be honored in 2014. I feel double blessed to have had this opportunity. As past chair of the Glendale Chamber, the best words that quickly come to mind is thank you, thank you, thank you. And wow, what an incredible year. Before I get started on the accomplishments of the Chamber, please allow me to say thank you to some very special people. Because without their time, their effort, and enthusiasm, none of this would have been possible. Success starts at the top. That's where leadership begins. Most of you know our president of the Chamber, Robert Height, who just spoke, him on a personal basis. When I spoke to you last year as a Chamber, incoming chair, I laid out high milestones that I wanted to see accomplished this year. In Robert's first year as president and CEO, his leadership paved the way to exceed our board's expectations. As a result of his leadership, Robert was offered, and I'm very pleased to announce, just signed a 5-year contract. Our thanks are to Robert and the Chamber team. Please stand and be recognized as I call out your name, and I'd ask that you hold your applause until I've called everyone. Robert Height, CEO and President. Monica Nyland, Director of Administration. Gregory Walsh, Director of Marketing and Communication ASU interns who we gave on-the-job training to, Jordan, Mariner, and Rebecca Lanavasso. Jim Payton, Director of Operations, and his intern who gained a lot of experience in operations with working with Jim, Sierra Wessels. Carrie Kaufman, Director of Investor Relations, and Harry Shapiro, also Director of Investor Relations. We want to say thank you also to Jackie Payton, who volunteered her time this last year, and I said volunteered her time throughout this year. Thank you all very much. Also, I want to say a special thank you to our all-volunteer board, who have given so much this last year. These individuals have given their time, their effort, and their wisdom, because they believe in our chamber. They will all be formally acknowledged by our 2015 chair, Bobby Magdaleno, in a few moments. We also want to say thank you to our mayor and the city council, who attended several of our functions and made themselves accessible to our members. What a difference you've made for us. Thank you. You know, the number of time is given to an organization, time is sacrificed in another. I would be remiss if I did not say a personal thank you to a couple of people in my life who supported me this last year. First, the love of my life, who has not only been extremely supportive of me, but has also attended, and several of you have got to know her very well, Patricia Turner. Then my brother and business partner of Ideal Insurance Agency, Dan Mitchell, a special thank you to both of you. Last year, I stated at the State of the City, change in an organization is inevitable, but the change must be effective to have a positive outcome. Chambers of Commerce, like every other organization, have to change to remain relevant and viable. I went on to state the Glendale Chamber of Commerce was no exception. It was time to ditch the status quo and stop being the chamber of yesterday. We set out as a chamber to accomplish 4 objectives. Strengthen networking. For those of you who attended our functions, you know that this was accomplished. Our attendance has been fantastic this last year, and we are continuing to improve. Balance our budget and strengthen our financial condition. I stated last year that we would have a finance committee. The chamber went from the red to the black this last year. Become involved with government affairs. A committee was organized, led by Jeff Blake. Then as the chamber, we became involved as a member-based organization in government affairs, like we've never done that before. It's just been an incredible year at this. Over 85% of our members at the Glendale Chamber are classified as small business. These businesses sometimes have a tough time speaking as one business. But collectively, the Glendale Chamber speaks on behalf of over 700 businesses who belong to our Glendale Chamber of Commerce. We are now advocating for our members when necessary, and we take positions as a voice for the business community. Don't be surprised to see us start to endorse candidates within a very short period of time to those who are friendly to the business community. Number 4, the chamber made it a primary objective to increase membership. A membership committee was formed, and Harry and Carrie were busy throughout this whole year bringing in new members. I'm happy to report to you the Glendale Chamber added 204 new businesses this last year. I have one more group of people to thank for a successful year, and that is the members of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce. We continue to welcome your none of this is possible. This year, we have established a new type of recognition, and we are calling it Chamber Champions. I'm going to acknowledge 7 members who, when I call your name and tell you why you were selected, if you would join myself and Robert on stage to be presented with your award. Also, we'd like to give each of you a brief moment to say a few words. Gene Higginbotham, up to you, man. Gene has been a tremendous support of the Glendale Chamber, serves on our board and many committees and council. In addition, Gene's support of our annual auction made it, in my opinion, the best auction the Glendale Chamber of Commerce has ever had. Thank you, Gene.
I didn't expect this. This is a complete surprise. I don't even know what to say. I just feel so humbled and privileged. It is my sincere joy and passion to work with the small businesses in Arizona and to work with Robert and the Chamber along with Mayor Weiers. It is just a blessing. So thank you very much. I feel very honored. Thank you.
Once again, thank you, Gene. Our second is Jack Nyland of the Daisy Companies. Jack has been a vital part of our success this past year and working alongside the Chamber team to produce the new Chamber magazine, which you all have in your place settings. This year we produced 4 issues each time, increasing the pages and distribution to our community. In addition, Jack has referred a number of prospective members to the Glendale Chamber who then joined. And please help me acknowledge Jack Nyland as a 2014 Chamber Champion. Oh my gosh, we're getting an apology.
It's new this year.
I'm like Gene, quite a surprise. I've been a member for 18 years. And Dave and Robert this year, a little emotional, excuse me. But this year has been a wonderful year of change. In the city, with our leadership there, and at the Chamber especially. Being an old Chamber guy, I've had the privilege of working with Robert and his team, and it's been a refreshment in my life. And I thank you both for that.
Thank you, Jack. Kelly Sample, Cucina Tagliani. Kelly actually joined the Glendale Chamber last year at this very event, and since then has been an active member. One thing in particular he did for us, we were working to revamp our business over breakfast program this year. We knocked on Kelly's door to see if he would host us. Without hesitation, Kelly agreed. He opened his restaurant during off hours, not usually open for breakfast. We also appreciate Sarah, who waits on us every Wednesday morning. Kelly, your willingness to step forward has greatly increased participation at this event. We are having record numbers. We thank you so very much, Kelly. Please help me acknowledge Kelly Sample.
I just sell spaghetti, that's it. We have been on the corner of 59th and Bell for 22 years, and I think that equals about 18 million meatballs. So we're just very humbled to be here and Glendale has been a great place to do business. So thank you very much.
Cookie Pepperini of Pepperini Custom Floral Designs. Cookie, as many of you know, is a career base, has worked in the Phoenix Chamber and City of Glendale for a number of years, and is now the proud owner of her own floral business. Over the past year, Cookie has worked with the Chamber and furnished beautiful floral arrangements. Like those at your table tonight, as Robert spoke to earlier. We're very fortunate to have her as a valued member. Please help me acknowledge Cookie Pepperini as a 2014 Chamber Champion.
This is a big surprise. I love Glendale. I worked for the City of Glendale for 10 years. I now have my own business here, and I can tell you from experience, this is the best chamber in the area. Thank you.
Judy Connell of the Connell Group. Judy has been a long-time member and very active with our chamber. This past year, Judy worked very hard alongside Robert and many of our members to improve our financial condition. Anytime we called Judy for assistance, her response was, "You got it." And you may have noticed Judy's company became a Platinum Chairman Circle investor. And I might add that if any of you would like to become a Platinum investor, I'm sure Robert will talk with you afterwards. But please help me acknowledge Judy Connell as a 2014 Chamber Champion.
I'm really humbled.
Thank you. It's been an honor working with you, alongside you, and I look forward to doing this more and growing this great chamber. So thank you very much. I'm really humbled.
Jeff Blake of the Blake Companies. Jeff is a member of our chamber board in the 2016 Charity-elect, which I am very happy for. The Glendale Chamber. This past year when I gave Robert the goal to establish Public Policy Council, Robert took on that challenge and quickly aligned with Jeff, and Jeff became chair of the Chamber's Public Policy Council. Jeff immediately worked with Robert and many members to not only create an active council, but ensure there was meaningful work that was done in this council. That resulted from our efforts, and we just thank you so very much, Jeff, for all you've done. Please help me acknowledge Jeff Blake as a 2014 Chamber Champion.
Well, like the others, I'm completely surprised. I was not expecting anything like this. I should probably say that, you know, when a man reaches a certain age, it's probably not a good idea to surprise him like that. I'm awfully glad that Humana is here, though. But I've worked with a lot of great business teams in my business career, and it's a pleasure to work with this chamber team. This is an outstanding team, a great team, and I enjoy every minute of it. My wife and I have lived here in Glendale, same house, for 22 years, and we love the city. We're glad to be here. So thank you.
Last but certainly not least, Lulu Rodriguez of Bitsy Mamas. But Lulu is not able to be here tonight, so we're going to ask Jamie Odama from the Ocotillo District if he'd come up and accept for her. But Lulu, as many of you know, owns Bitsy Mamas in downtown Glendale. If you've not been in her restaurant, I strongly encourage you to stop in there for some real authentic Mexican food. She's been a longtime member of our chamber and hosted our first Friday networking breakfast. To be honest, there was a time that the chamber didn't put our full energy into making those monthly meetings a success. sometimes only 2 or 3 people, 4 people maybe, might show up. Today, we've taken over half of her restaurant. And I can just tell you that the attendance has just been fantastic once again. And we still see Lulu smiling ear to ear. And her team still gives us great food and wonderful hospitality. And we can say to Lulu, thank you for not giving up on us. And please help me acknowledge Lulu Rodriguez as a 2014 Chamber Champion, and on her behalf, Jamie Adama. Chamber Champions. We hope to see your business perhaps up here next year for the 2015 Chamber Champion. As I stated last year, we're in a metamorphosis. Although we've had a great year, and in my opinion, laid a solid foundation, we have not yet arrived. We are a chamber that is on the move, and we are not going to go ahead and stop. I am pleased that our new chair, Bobby Magdaleno, is fully capable and motivated to continue our success as a chamber. Bobby is a strong voice of communications for ASU. She has served on our board of directors and was actively involved in all the activities this last year. She's been a huge supporter to me and the Glendale Chamber. I have full confidence that she is going to lead the board of directors to a higher level. Now, please help me welcome to the stage Angela Creedon, Vice President of Community and Municipal Relations for Arizona State University, who will further introduce Bobby Magdaleno to you.
Kind, thoughtful, hardworking, considerate, reliable, and simply remarkable. That's just a few of the descriptors I would use for Bobby Magdaleno. So you're in for a real treat, the 2015 Chamber Chair Board. I joined ASU just about 5 years ago, and Bobby welcomed me with open arms, as she does with all of her community. She's been with ASU now for 29 years. She started when she was 3. And she's been married to her husband, John, now for just about the same time, just at 30 years, so congratulations to both of you. They've been Glendale residents. They've lived here for over 20 years and raised their 3 boys here. And from what I understand, that's a miracle, because I did hear on their first date that John did dump her off of an ATV. So she did come back for a second date. There is some good news built in there. Bobby has been dedicated to Arizona State University, not only from coming to our athletic events. She's remained committed to alumni relations, to the relations of the West Campus. She is the most dedicated ASU Sun Devil that I know. And it's a pleasure and a blessing to work with her. So it's with great pleasure that I'll introduce you to your board chair, Bobby Magdaleno. And I will tell you one last minor story. She's coming up. She has been introduced as the president of ASU. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm not breaking it to Michael Crow. So join me in welcoming Bobby.
Wow, that's a lot to live up to. Thank you, Angela. But first, let's finish thanking David for his fantastic year. With Robert, they did bring the chamber to a new level. You know that. You were here. You saw that, and you were part of it. So Dave, we present to you a plaque in appreciation for your dedication and leadership. All right, thank you again, Angela. On behalf of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and our more than 700 members, thank you for attending tonight and for your engagement with the Chamber. Mayor Weiers, thank you for your remarks. You highlighted many reasons why I am a proud Glendale resident and enjoy the fact that ASU's West Campus borders Glendale, and now ASU Thunderbird is in Glendale. We appreciate your commitment to the Chamber and the business community. Glendale Council members, your engagement with the Chamber is very much appreciated. We are honored to work with you as partners. And other city colleagues, thank you for all that you do as we work together to build success and pride for our businesses. Our job at the Glendale Chamber of Commerce is focused on providing leadership that promotes a strong local economy. We aim to provide value to our members, be highly engaged in the community, and serve as an advocate for business. As the voice of commerce, we provide programs and services to improve the economic environment for our members. This year, some of our plans include a refinement of the strategic plan, an evaluation of current programs, and discussions about additional offerings needed for the benefit of our members' ability to strengthen and grow their business. And to do all of that, I am very excited to introduce your 2015 Chamber Board of Directors, along with some fun facts for each one of them. All board members, including ex officio members, please make your way to the side of the stage so that when I call your name, you will join me near the lectern and stay for a photo op. Come on up, board members. Leading us off, alphabetical order, Steve Adams, Alpha Graphics. And yeah, we may want to hold our applause. We have a few of us. And I think I'm between you and the door tonight. So, Steve's favorite place is Coronado Island and calls that home as much as possible. He follows all Valley sports teams and works the Cubs spring training games. You may also find him walking, reading, or listening to country music. Welcome, Steve. Nice. Jeff Blake, intentional achievements. How many of you know that Jeff enjoys pistol, rifle, and shotgun shooting at the range? Is an avid photographer and received varsity letters in tennis in high school and college. His bucket list includes being a bass fisherman on the pro bass circuit and being a jazz music DJ playing music from his own collection. Next up, Eva Bowles, SRP. Her favorites include chocolate ice cream and the following quote: "Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our soul blossom." Marcel Proust. Ariana Dearman Giudice, Wells Fargo. She went from being a demon at Greenway High School to a devil at Arizona State. She has traveled to 16 countries and loves skydiving, bungee jumping, parasailing, zip lining, any thrilling, dangerous activity, and she is there. Jean Higginbotham, Humana. Don't let her sweetness fool you. If you see her at a Coyotes hockey game, there's a whole different side that comes out while cheering on her favorite hockey team along with her family. Slava Ibrahimov, First Bank. Slava enjoys spending time with his wife Angela and 4-month-old son Ben. Wow, 4 months. Congratulations, Slava and Angela. Don Johnson, Arizona State Credit Union. Don's favorites include Daytona Beach, NASCAR, and dancing with her husband Earl of almost 29 years. Wayne Lawson, Sinorama on 51st Avenue. Opened his business a few days ahead of 9/11. The very first check that he wrote was for the chamber membership. And he attended his first chamber meeting on the morning of September 11th. Bobby Magdaleno, that would be me at ASU. You won't find me skydiving, bungee jumping, or shooting a rifle at the range. However, you may see me match Gene's Coyotes' excitement at an ASU Sun Devils football game. Go Devils, with my husband, 3 sons, and our daughter-in-law. Patrick McDermott, APS. A West Valley native, Patrick is active in many regional organizations and a veteran drummer with the Screaming Javelinas. Or Screamin'. Dave Mitchell, Ideal Insurance Agency. Enjoys time with his 10 grandchildren, that is his 8 and Patty's 2, and appreciates a quote that his father gave him many years ago. Don't let your emotions get ahead of your better judgment. Mary Pritchard, Pritchard Insurance Group. In addition to running her small business since 1988 and being a chamber member and leader since 1989, Mary is multi-talented in that she enjoys and plays sports and music, biking and baking, and if that is not enough, Mary's ultimate to-do adventures include the Alaskan Iditarod and skydiving. Greg Rogers, Glendale Community College. I'm proud to share that Greg is a past honorary commander at Luke Air Force Base and was recently introduced into the Blue Blazer Squadron, a volunteer organization of Spider Country Partnership, serving the needs of the men, women, and families of Luke. Ex officio member Colonel Jeremy Sloan, Luke Air Force Base. Colonel Sloan is a Seattle Seahawks fan. And he believes in running the football on the 2nd and goal. Especially at the end of the Super Bowl. He has twin 13-year-old boys, 1 Seahawk fan, 1 Patriot fan. It's obvious which one is his favorite. Scott Spillman, BNC National Bank. He is proud that his bank is headquartered in Glendale, and his favorite book is The 12th Angel by Og Mandino. Scott highly recommends that we all read it, and tonight I was informed to take tissues and perhaps don't read it in public. A very touching book. Rob, I don't believe is with us, from Walmart. Some may describe our next board member as a bull broker by trade. What you may not know, bull riding, the mechanical variety, is one of his favorite pastime activities. This born-to-be-a-cowboy director has toured the Southwest from San Diego to Las Vegas, riding some of the region's most menacing mechanized stock. His personal best, an unprecedented 22nd ride, was recorded right here in Glendale at Westgate Saddle Ranch. With an ultimate goal of someday climbing onto the back of a real live Brahma, this no-bull guy is always up and ready to cover any local rodeo and consistently delivers a fair, honest, and factual roundup. Please welcome board member Wild Bill Toops of Glendale Spa. Ex officio member Glendale Mayor Jerry Weiers shares his favorite quote by Ronald Reagan. Freedom is never more than 1 generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same, or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. Also unable to join us tonight are ex officio board member Donna Lewis, Glendale Elementary School District, and Judy Walter, Chapel of the Chimes. Thank you, board members, for your work on behalf of businesses in Glendale and beyond. Don't go anywhere, we're going to get a photo. But Robert, with you at the wheel, the board is confident and excited about what's in store for 2015. Thank you for all that you do for the chamber, for businesses, and for the community.
Thank you. Wow. Bobby, on behalf of the Chamber, we would like to present you with these beautiful roses, compliments of, yet again, Cookie Pepperini from Pepperini's Custom Floral. You know, it's, as I stood up here and we did the Chamber Champions, I said earlier I get a little humbled, and I get even more humbled because what I do every day and go into the Chamber and work, I don't view it as work. I don't need a vacation from it. Those that have gotten to know me over the past year or so, I don't take vacations. So it was great to be able to surprise a few members because those folks that came up here really are the essence of what a chamber is. They give and they tirelessly help us in many ways, whether we're calling upon them or not. So we were very pleased to do that this evening and look forward to a few other surprises coming from our chamber this year. With that said, I do want to thank Bobby and Dave for their service to the Glendale Chamber. Dave, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your passion of this chamber, your leadership, your wisdom, your mentorship, and even greater, your friendship. Thank you, Dave. It has truly been an honor to work alongside you this past year, and I've learned a lot. Thank you very much. I'm every woman. As we embark on your year, I guess we're in for a few surprises as our chairman of the board, but I greatly look forward to working with you. It's a great honor to serve this organization and get to work with many great leaders like Bobby, and I'm looking forward to some of our work this year. And one thing, Angela, when you said kind and all those sort of things about Bobby, there was something that struck me. She was also recently known as being a rebel rouser, so we got to keep our good eye on this one here. So make sure you add that to your list for the next introduction. Oh, okay, perfect. So this evening, as we look forward to the future of Glendale, one thing is certain: the need for us to all work together collectively. We must all look forward to finding solutions together. There is great economic promise in Glendale and the entire West Valley region. All of us who live and work here and do business here have a stake in this succeeding. The Glendale Chamber's partnership with our mayor, our city council, our city manager, and the city staff is vital. And we, as an organization, continue to be all in at finding ways to continue to strengthen the city's financial position, pursue economic development opportunities, and support job creation. This year, no doubt, will be another great year for the Chamber. As Bobby mentioned, we will continue working to refine our program of work, adding even greater value for our members in the community. And over the past year, as you heard Dave say, if you attended even one of our many events, you will have noticed the new energy in your Glendale Chamber of Commerce. And we hope to continue inspiring our members and community to become more involved with us on this journey. As you leave here this evening, we ask each of you to help do your part. Think innovatively, work to partner together with us as we leverage our best assets. We have many community leaders here with us tonight, and those that weren't able to make it, that are ready, willing, and able to roll up their sleeves to work towards a better tomorrow for our city. We are all in this together, and together we must find solutions to continue to build a brighter Glendale. One thing before we close out, if you all will please stand for the retrieval of the colors by the 388th Composite Squadron Color Guard Civil Air Patrol.
Right.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to again thank you for being here and have a wonderful evening. Those that want a chamber award this evening, please see me up front. We do have a box for you.